Science is great. I love it. Now I'm going to talk about probably the most important book written in the last few hundred years. A book which has been criticised and suppressed and nonsensed as unscientific by the agrochemical, the petrochemical and the medical industries. Suppressed and criticised so that people are put off reading it and finding out that actually it's highly scientific. And being highly scientific, it shows many fantastic revelations about nature. It shows many things, such as the way for living disease free, growing crops without chemicals, and limitless, almost free energy. So you can see why multinational chemical and medical industries don't want you reading it. And the name of the book is The Secret Life of Plants by Tompkin and Bird. And it was first published in 1973. Just ask Stevie Wonder, he'll tell you about it. Read it to awaken to the truth about the power of life suppressed by bad science. It shows the reality that plants think and communicate with themselves and with us. They feel and they often suffer just as we do. So, I advise you to read it, but right here now I'm going to focus on health. And I'm going to focus in particular on the section covering work with vibration, the vibration within our bodies and food. Now the experiments show conclusively that everything has a vibration. Initially we're using the Bova scale, but you could do the same experiments using megahertz nowadays. And everything has a vibration. People, food, water. It is shown scientifically that where the vibrations reach a certain level, viruses and harmful bacteria tend to die off. And where we consume foods similar in vibration or higher in vibration than the human body, disease simply cannot survive. Foods such as fresh fruit, some wines, wheat and other whole grains, natural fresh spring water, that is before bottling. Now, within the body, we generate our own vibration, even from food which has little or no vibration. It still has a physical structure. This, however, taxes our system over time, and it's why denatured food, such as highly refined foods, stimulants, meats, canned food, pasteurized food, etc., lead to conditions which can be favourable to disease. Eating foods which promote a high vibration lead to better life and prolonged health. Now, however, high vibrations don't necessarily mean positive vibrations. So some foods which appear to have high vibrations, such as salted smoked meats and tubers like potatoes, they actually vibrate at a deharmonized note. And similar to all foods, their basic nutrition can be used to build the physical body, but at the same time they hinder the vibration of the spiritual body. So there you see it, the basis for perpetual health. And the reality is, natural death is not so inevitable, as you're going to find out in the years to come. Food, however, is not the only factor. Another factor is sin. A reality which bad science tries to say does not exist. It does. Lying, sexual immorality, killing, theft, they all lead to the individual's vibrations being deharmonized. When truth, humility, and compassion are replaced with arrogance, animal lust, and lies from ourselves or from the corruption of ourselves by others, then the natural flow of energy becomes slow and calculating rather than spontaneous. So here you can see why some people, through their own actions or by believing the lies of others, become ill and age. Where there is good nutrition, truth, respect for all life, our health and our potential becomes almost limitless. Even conditions such as HIV, cancer, sickle cell, malaria, they can't last long where you eat right, where you are faithful to one sexual partner, and where you are truthful. For anyone who thinks my crucifixion proved that I was wrong, or that I was a fool, or that my life and death was pointless, this is far from the truth. In dying, as you all witness now that I'm back, I show that reincarnation is a fact of life, that God exists, that sin leads to death. It seems to imply that the cup which I talked about does not spring eternal living waters, as I claimed, because I actually became thirsty as I was sacrificed along with the murdered defenceless tree, the cross. And I shall soon reveal what the Holy Grail is to those who have humbled themselves and have remained faithful. It is a cup which can lead us to tap into our eternal spring of living water. But what happened was this. This is why I became thirsty on the cross. When Judas kissed me, and at the same time as my freedom was taken, I was actually frightened beyond words, knowing what I was about to endure. My body was under attack outside, and inside, the yeast of corruption from Judas's saliva on my lips was able to thrive within my overstressed body. I'll tell you what, that's gross, Judas. That's creepy. Disgusting. And it thrived to the extent that it came to the moment when it actually blocked my internal tap, and it did. I became thirsty. And at that time, I was in absolute horror and despair with the actions of the devil seeping doubt into my mind that not only was I denied love by humanity, but that God might turn the blind eye to me. But just like Job, I never cursed or blamed God, even unto death, and even in my greatest tribulation. And my trust in God was proven to be justified, as God orchestrated that I be given vinegar, which I was given, and which attacked and killed Judas's yeast, thereby liberating my soul. So, eat organic fresh fruit, wine, grains, and natural pure water.
Food boy!
And as you eat good food, at the same time, be noble in your actions. Be honest and enjoy your sexuality with respect, faithfulness, and love. And thank Jah by being noble, funny, compassionate, and disciplined.